August 3rd is National Grab Some Nuts Day here in the United States. I can't even say it without laughing, and I've practiced this repeatedly. So, no, this is not an official holiday. You will not find it on any calendar that you buy, except maybe at a joke or a novelty shop. Uh, we actually don't know where this holiday began, but we do know that it exists. It's celebrated on August 3rd, and it is absolutely hilarious. It's also a great way to talk about this word in English. Okay, so there are lots of interesting facts about nuts that I cannot possibly address in this video, so I included a link in the video description to a website that does have lots of great, really actually interesting information about nuts. So go check that out. So first, I have to say the obvious, that nuts provide an excellent source of nutrition for both people and animals. They're an excellent source of fiber, protein, minerals, and a variety of vitamins. They're really good for us. My favorite nuts are cashews. I love these things. I have been buying cashew by the pound, literally, since I was in university. I love them. Although, strangely, I do not like cashews in food. So, when cashews are used in food, like cashew chicken at the local Chinese restaurant, no, 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 no. There's something about the wonderful crunch of a cashew that I really enjoy. Just plain, right out of the container. Love them. I also love almonds. But sadly, almonds do not love me. Now, almonds are really great. However, almonds contain an enzyme or a chemical called arginine. And arginine, sadly, there's some research that shows that arginine provokes the virus that causes, oops, sorry, it provokes the virus that causes cold sores. And so I noticed when I was in my 20s that I was getting quite a few cold sores. And after a while, my doctor said, hey, he asked if I had been eating almonds, and I said yes. And I had a container just like this. And he's like, stop. So he recommended I stopped eating almonds, and sure enough, I stopped getting outbreaks of cold sores. Now, sad part is that lots of food producers around the world have begun to put almond into their food products. And so now I have to read labels really, really carefully. So for example, this bag of pistachios, uh, it contains almonds, right? Even though I think pistachios and cashews, hello, my favorite, are awesome, I'm not going to eat this. So this is my husband's, right? But I have to read the labels very carefully to make sure there isn't almond in the ingredients. Many people around the world have developed allergies to nuts. Now, here in the United States, these allergies can be so severe that schools will carry emergency medicine in case that a child suffers a catastrophic allergic reaction. Now, these nut allergies have been around for a long time, but they became more severe, or we became more aware of them about 15 to 20 years ago. And now it is such a well-known sad phenomena that people have to look very, very carefully at the ingredient list in products, but also at restaurants to ensure that there are no food allergies and that people don't suffer an accidental reaction. Another way that we use the word nut is hardware. So if you go to any hardware store, you will find these little, they're round and they're usually six-sided. These are called nuts. They screw or spin onto a bolt or some other piece of metal. And the nut is designed to keep the bolt and whatever it's holding in place, right? So the nut and the bolt provide stability to a structure. Probably the most common way that we use the word nut and many variations of the word nut is to describe someone or something that is crazy, that is unbelievable, that is nuts. So, for example, if somebody told you that they were going to rob a bank, you might call them nuts. You might say that their plan or idea to rob a bank is nutty, right? You might even call them a nut. right? So, there's another one. If somebody, it's more strong. Like not just that somebody has a crazy idea, but they themselves are crazy. Like there's something wrong there. We can call them a nut job. A nut job. Now, again, that word is really strong. Don't throw that word around casually. Like they'll be like, "Oh, hey, mom, you're a nut job." Like that'll get you slapped. Or worse, right? So nut job, but we use the word nut all the time to describe something or someone that is unusual, crazy, and not a good idea. For those of you whose English level is advanced, you'll know what I'm about to say. If there are children watching, maybe put them into another room for a second. Uh, the other way in English that we use the word nut or nuts is to refer to the testicles, the male reproductive organs. So this is why when English speakers hear the word nut or nuts, like we tend to giggle or laugh or we make a stupid joke. It's because of that, right? So most humor, lots of humor, in some way it comes down to sex, right? So there you go. So if you use the word nut or not, see, I can't even stop from laughing because I'm essentially a child. Just note that interpretation is out there, so just be careful. So you might be referring to someone's genitals, you might be calling them crazy, you might be referring to a piece of hardware, or you just might be referring to a really healthy snack. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I included a Google quiz, a link to a Google quiz, and to a study deck. The link to all of that stuff is in the description. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.